Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, and I have a special top 10 list for you guys. I'm going to give you my top 10 coming of age movies. If you don't know what those are movies kids grow up in the movies. They try to live out their life. There's going to be a whole bunch of examples. I'll give you my honorable mentions, but coming of age is pretty simple, pretty close to teen movies as well. But you see them grow with their character throughout the movie. And there is a lot of coming of age movies out there. It was hard to do this top 10 list. I know there's going to be movies in the top 10 list that you think shouldn't be there, and then some others should. But this is all opinion. This is my top 10 list. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section below and give me your top 10 coming of age movies. But before I give you the 10, I'm going to give you the honorable mentions. The honorable mentions are My Girl, Dirty Dancing, Mid-90s, Blockers, 8th Grade, Pretty in Pink, The Karate Kid, Dead Poets Society, American Beauty, The Squid and the Whale, 10 Things I Hate About You, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Virgin Suicides, The Man in the Moon, The Outsiders, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, American Graffiti, Boys in the Hood, Sandlot, Say Anything, Clueless, 16 Candles, Juno, and Call Me By Your Name. All great movies, just couldn't make my top 10 list. But coming in at number 10 is Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused is a timeless classic. I have such a love for this movie. The soundtrack, the characters, just everything about this movie just screams the 1970s. And it follows a bunch of seniors who are initiating and welcoming the freshman class. The guys get to spank the incoming freshmen with paddles. The girls get to humiliate the freshman girls by degrading them with food and just make them do humiliating things. But this is a timeless classic, and Matthew McConaughey, um, Ben Affleck, Cole Hauser. It's got a great cast, and it's just a lot of fun. And it comes in at number 10. Number 9 is American Pie. American Pie, 20 years old. I can't believe that. But this is a movie that, like with any teenager, especially boys, are obsessed with sex. They want to have sex. They want to just get in there and get it over with, pretty much. And this is what this movie is. It follows 4 friends, actually 5 if you include Stifler. But it follows the 4 main guys who make a pact to lose their virginity before prom or at prom. And so they set out to find a girl. The only one in the group that has a girlfriend is played by Thomas Thomas Nichols, I believe it is. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but he has a girlfriend played by Terry Reed, or Tara Reid. I'm sure, sorry. Um, but the other guys, they look for girls. One guy, Ostraker, plays on the lacrosse team. He goes for a choir girl. You have Jim, who is obsessed with a foreign exchange student. And you have Finch, who pretty much is just looking for anything. But American Pie is a classic. I love it. And it comes in at number 9. Thomas Ian Nichols, I believe that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. Number 8 is Superbad. Superbad, oh my God. Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Seth Rogen, Bill Hader. Just a great coming of age movie about 2 best friends and then a third wheel who basically want to have sex before they graduate and go off to college. And in doing so, they ask different girls out to this party. And on their way to this party, they get into a whole bunch of different scenarios. They end up at a party they shouldn't be at. Um, McLovin ends up riding around with two cops, doing all kinds of crazy things, and ends up getting cock blocked by the cops too, which is really funny. But this is a freaking hilarious coming of age movie about kids wanting to grow up way too fast. They want to get alcohol. They want to party and have sex. It's hilarious. The scenarios, especially with Michael Cera's character, is just phenomenal, hilarious, and it stands out. I love what happens, and that is real life. What happens with them two happens all the time. But yeah, Superbad is number 8. Number 7 is Ghost World. Number 6 is Love, Simon. Number 5 is Stand By Me. Stand By Me, a classic Stephen King film adaptation from his book, The Body. And it follows 4 friends who go in search for this dead body. Um, I think it's Ray Brower is who they're looking for. It's a kid their age who went missing, picking berries and whatnot. And then they have trouble along the way with another gang, an older gang, who are after the same thing. They want to get notoriety for finding the kid, and that's what they send out or go out to find the kid for. Is they want to be famous and get that notoriety. But Stand By Me, it's got great characters, a great cast, and it is a timeless movie. And you have Richard Dreyfuss narrating the movie. I mean, it can't get no better than that. So Stand By Me comes in at number 5. Number 4 is Porky's. Porky's was a controversial movie during its time, mainly because of all the nudity. But this is a great coming of age movie. You have best friends who are always looking to get laid. But there's one in particular, Pee Wee, who has never been laid. And so his friends set out to get him laid. They have a girl in mind, but along the way they try many different things, including going to a nudie bar, which is called Porky's. And they try getting basically a prostitute to sleep with, which turns out to be a hilarious scenario, which I won't spoil if you haven't seen the movie. But Porky's is a phenomenal movie. Despite the, I think it's a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, it made kick-ass money at the box office, as did a sequel. The third movie, not so much, but I love the trilogy. But the first movie by far is phenomenal. You have Kim Cattrall, Khaki Hunter. You got a phenomenal young cast. Tony Gagnos, who plays Meet Tuparello. He's my favorite character in the movie. I love Tony Gagnos in his movies. But yeah, number 4 is Porky's. Number 3 is Kids. Kids, it's a phenomenal movie. Chloe Sevigny and Rosario Dawson stand out in this movie. I love their performances. You got girls and guys in their separate cliques, and they're talking about sex and what's the good, what's the bad. But the movie starts off with Telly, who is trying to convince a young girl to have sex with him, and unprotected sex at that. And in this movie, there's many different consequences. There is a horrific beatdown in a park, which I won't spoil or anything or talk about. But this movie is very realistic of what kids do. And this was in 1995 when this movie was released. And it just gives you a glimpse of what your kids are actually doing, and you don't know nothing about it. And the main lesson in here is to always be safe with sex, because you just don't know, enough about that person, especially if you meet a total stranger and you just have sex, or even if it's not a total stranger, just be safe and be protected. Um, Not only the story, but the lesson they're trying. But this is a phenomenal movie, great young cast, and I highly recommend that you check it out if you haven't already seen it. If you got teenagers, I would definitely recommend that you sit down and watch this movie with them. It's very important. But yeah, Kids comes in at number 3. Number 2 is Lady Bird. Lady Bird, Saoirse Ronan, and uh, I'm drawing a blank on her name, damn it. But Saoirse Ronan gives a great performance in this movie. Laura Metcalf, thank you. Yes, I remember the name. Plays her mom, and it's their bickering back and forth, and it's their relationship that is the main focus of this movie. She's a senior. She doesn't really know what she wants to do, where she wants to go to college, and what she wants to do with the rest of her life. And we get to spend the time of the movie with their characters, getting to know them. And this is a phenomenal movie. It was nominated for multiple Oscars, including Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, amongst others. This is a phenomenal movie. One I highly recommend that you check out if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, Lady Bird comes in at number 2. And my number 1 coming of age film is my favorite John Hughes movie of all time, and that is The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club has all the cliques in it that you would run into in high school. You got the brain, the jock, the princess, the criminal, and a basket case. And this has got the best young cast in it. I wouldn't say that young, but it's got a great, phenomenal cast. You have Judd Nelson, you have Anthony Michael Hall, Ali Sheedy, Emilio Estevez, and Molly Ringwald, along with Paul Gleason. And they spend a Saturday in detention for something that they did. But it's got a great story, great characters. The drama is phenomenal. The comedy is really funny. This is just a timeless classic. It is over 30 years old. It's phenomenal. And this is another movie I recommend that you watch with your teenage kids. It is a great life lesson and teaches you to not to judge a book by its cover and to treat everybody with respect. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 coming of age movies. In the comment section below, I would love to hear back from you guys. Give me your top 10 coming of age movies. If you don't have a top 10, then just name a few. And let me know, did you agree with my list? Did you not agree with it? Other than that, I thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned later on for a special top 100 list I'm going to be doing. And in that video, I will be going really fast because I don't want it to be a 40 to 50 minute video. But look forward to that. I thank you guys for watching. Remember, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe today for more content as I do top 10s, rankings, movie reviews, trailer reviews, and TV show reviews. I thank you guys for watching, and check you